Hey guys, Jennifer Camelli here. It is day 7 of Veda, and it's been a week. We're going strong for a week. So recently I've been watching everyone's Veda videos, and people have been talking about their non-fandom. Jen has a confession. I'm really afraid that y'all aren't going to like me anymore. So I have never read or watched or am aware of anything related to Harry Potter. I know, I'm a terrible person of my generation, and I can explain. Let me explain, please. Give me the benefit of the doubt to let me explain. Harry Potter is definitely a world that I know I could just dive into and just be submersed, and I would be in heaven. Like, I could be like total geek out nerddom, like Harry Potter. It goes back to when I was a child. I was probably in about 5th grade. I was in science class. Now, I've always been afraid of a certain animal, and it's always been really hard for me to even like say the word, see it on TV. Like, I used to be very, very bad. Like, I would go into extreme panic attacks. Like, I'm talking hyperventilation, convulsing, like panic attacks if I came in contact with a image of one. My one fear in this world are snakes, and it makes me cringe just saying that word. And anyone who knows me, like my cousins, my friends, anyone who knows me knows how hard it was for me to just now say that word. I'm a lot better now than I used to be. I had a science teacher. The science teacher who also happened to be the vice principal of my 5th grade school. And he had a pet one in the class. And this wasn't just a small itty bitty pet evil thing. That's what I'm gonna call it. It was huge. It was ginormous. And I was like, okay. And he had us in alphabetical order, sitting in our seats, going like long ways, which was weird. So I ended up in the very front of the classroom. And he was talking about it and how he normally pulls it out during certain lessons. And I was like, can I like not sit here while you pull that out? Like, and he was about to go pull it out, and I was like, I get up and I'm gonna move over here to the back of the classroom, to the very back wall next to the exit, because if that thing gets loose, I'm running. I go to get up to move to the back classroom, and he tells me, Jen, sit in your seat. You all have to sit in your seat while I do this. I was like, I'm not sitting in the seat while you're holding it over my head. And he's like, sit in your seat or I'm writing you up, blah, 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 blah. He's the vice principal. Remember that. So I'm sitting there, and I am freaking out, and I am cringing, and it's like moving around me, and he's basically holding it directly over my head, and it's wiggling and moving, and I'm cringing because it's huge. Oh my god, it was terrifying. I got up and I ran out of the classroom. And I went to the nurse's office because the nurse knew me, knew my mom, because I was taking all my medications and stuff like that. So I went to the nurse's office because I knew that she knew me and knew my mom, and I knew she would let me call my mom. And because keep in mind, I'm battling the vice principal right now. So I went to the nurse's office and I called my mom and told my mom what was going on, and my mom flipped shit. Like, my mom's terrified of just like I am. She flipped shit, okay? And so she comes up to the school and she's like, I need to speak with him. You need to get him up here now. Class isn't over yet. This is the last class of the day, but it's not over yet. And they're like, oh, he's in class. You can go to his classroom, pull him out of his classroom. She's like, I'm not going anywhere near that classroom. You're going to bring him to me. So somehow my mom ended up going towards the classroom, made him come out of the classroom, and is talking to him and yelling at him, and they're not saying very nice things to each other. And basically my mom said, you need to get that thing out of the classroom. Anyway, my mom took me home early because I wasn't going back in that classroom. That was obvious. And I went back to school the next day, and I was so nervous to enter this class. It's the last class of the day. So nervous to enter this classroom. And I didn't see it like for the rest of my time at that school. And there was rumors going around the whole school that my mom cussed out the vice principal, and I thought that was hilarious. And it just became this big deal, and I have been terrified ever since. I don't need to love them, and I will never have one as a pet, but it really bothers me that things that I could easily enjoy, this one fear keeps me from. Like Harry Potter, for instance, they have them in the movies and in the books, and I'm so terrified. I did see the very first Harry Potter movie, but that was when it first came out in the movie theaters, and I never watched anything after that because it had one in that. So I would love to learn more about the Harry Potter world and get myself into the space of mind where I can enjoy that fandom, because I know that is something that I could just dive into and just fall in love with. But it's this one fear that holds me back, and I hate that. I hate that it controls so much of me, because it does. And I don't go into panic attacks like I used to. Like, I literally used to convulse, and like I would cringe, and like I would just be like this solid like mess. Yeah, so the one fandom that I can't enjoy, it's not that I don't want to, but I can't, is Harry Potter, and it is this big thing that just surrounds me, and all of you have made videos and talking about it all week, and I just wish I understood it. I really do. So, I don't know. Maybe one day I can, you know, hang out with somebody who's a fan and watch these movies, and I just don't trust myself to watch them alone, because I don't know how bad I'm gonna freak out or go into a panic attack. Because again, I'm not as bad as I used to be. So there's that. Do you have any fears? Like any crazy, like ridiculous fears? I also don't like roller coasters because I don't like being weightless. But it's not anything compared to my fear of that animal. And it's been a long time since I've actually told people that I had that fear, because I found that the more I tell people, the more they use it against me when they're mad at me. And that's just mean. So this is a stretch for me to open up this much. So hope you liked the video. Whatever you're doing before this video, go finish doing it, because I'm done. See you later. Peace.